It's the Lynch and Taco Shows. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The highlights and, unfortunately, the lowlights that stood out this past week in the vast sea we call humanity.
It's 101.1 WJRR Orlando's rock station. This hour of the Lynch and Taco Show brought to you by JRR's Ticket to Rock Weekend. Have JRR on as much as you can this weekend with whatever you got going on. You might score yourself five-finger death punch tickets.
JRR Roadshow all weekend long. You get those keywords. All right. You enter them at WJRR.com. It's going to be a good show, man.
All right, let's run through the...
And according to your rock news, it could be some of his their last shows. What? Right?
Well,
Five Fingers saying after this next album.
Ivan says he's retiring from heavy metal after their next album. Mm-hmm. We'll see. Anyway, on to this. Let's start off the good, the bad, and the ugly with a good-bad combo.
Oh, okay.
Rolling back to last Friday and the incident at the Magic Mall on West Colonial. When four punks decided they were going to rob a jewelry store booth there. Mm-hmm. The guy who ran the jewelry store booth said, "No, you're not.
I'm ready for this. I work in the Magic Mall Strip."
Blasted them. Two of them are dead.
Boom. Love it. Save the taxpayer dollars. I'm sorry, but that's what's going to happen is these people are just going to be continuing to commit crimes because they'll get let out in a matter of months.
Go down to South Florida, where a South Florida man is facing 3 felony charges after police accused him of attacking a woman with a machete because she didn't have a crack pipe. The nude 45-year-old Roberto Hercules was wearing nothing but a cowboy hat and wielding the machete as he went after this woman on a bike, trying to get her to cough up a crack pipe for him. Which she's like, "I don't have a crack pipe, Hercules." And,
don't really have that on me, sorry.
Bad situation from earlier in the week. The murder-suicide in Deltona with the 3 kids present in the home. You know what that whole thing stemmed from? The husband and wife who...
I don't even want to know because it's going to be upsetting.
Argument over how to discipline a child.
Mm-hmm. This is not... Well, those children... unfortunately, have to be the victims of all this.
This Joe Kennedy character who was picked up as a person of interest in Daytona Beach Shores this week and is going to be sent back to Oklahoma. They would like to talk to him about the grisly killing of 4 Oklahoma men who were found, dead and dismembered out that way. Joe Kennedy.
He was allegedly doing the bad crimes with them, right?
Yeah, they were all, it was a whole...
They were in cahoots, and then...
Yeah.
I got you.
You don't kill and dismember your... Anyway.
Yeah.
29-year-old Nicholas Wallace, we go to Marion County. This is a creep who... this is the worst of the worst.
Oh, right, God.
Woman made contact with this guy online, and he struck up a conversation about, acquiring her young prepubescent child, and proceeded to tell her all the horrible things that he had done to other prepubescent girls. Luckily, she got the police involved, and he's off the streets.
Thank the Lord.
Then the father and son combo over in Winter Haven, who thought they were being burglarized in their apartment, when in fact all they saw on their doorbell camera was a neighbor that had brought a package over to their door that had been left at hers. And so they run and get their guns and run outside looking for whoever this person is, and come across some woman who's just sitting in her car in the parking lot with the engine running, doing email. Mm-hmm. And they start screaming at her to get out. She freaks out, backs up, and they open fire on her. Anyway. All right, that's enough of the bad stuff.
I'm telling you. Lewd water would have settled that situation and a few of those. The argument over the kids, the lady in the car.
Lewd water, yes.
You just put some lewds in the drinking water for the entire U.S. Everybody will just relax a little.
Couple from Rhode Island was honeymooning in Spain, walking around Barcelona when they saw a building on fire. Husband ran inside, realized it was a nursery, and ended up helping get more than a dozen babies out. Yeah. All safe and sound.
That was on the Good News Network.
I don't mean to step on your good news toes.
They say, quote-unquote, instinct took over.
A farmer in Minnesota was in a bad crash back in August when he swerved to avoid hitting a puppy that ran out on the road. He was so banged up he couldn't harvest his crops this month, so he wasn't sure what to do. More than a dozen fellow farmers from around the area showed up with their own combines and trucks and harvested his entire crop for him.
There's still good people out there, everybody.
2013, an Irish guy was in New York City and didn't have enough to cover his cab fare, so he gave his cabbie an IOU for 2 pints of Guinness if the dude ever went over to his family's pub in Dublin. Well, 9 years later, the cabbie just took him up on it, and the guy served up the pints and then some.
He did serve him. Awesome.
Yeah. And then hats off Mackenzie Scott, ex of Jeff Bezos. $85 million gift to the Girl Scouts of America.
That's cool.
$85 million. Just here you go.
Exactly.
Buy a lot of cookies with that.
Be great to have that money.
A lot of Girl Scout cookies. Girl Scout cookies are $5 a box now.
And be able to do good things like that with it. Are they really?
$5 a box.
Go ahead and tell your secret.
Dollar General, you might.
Stop! Every time you do it, you got to remember that hurts the Scouts.
Company that bakes those for buying, they're just called something else.
We're going to go over to the Good News Network if we could, because we don't want to hear that. Congrats to a gentleman out of Sanford named is Alfredo. I forget his last name, but Alfredo, he runs the Sanford Pizza Company. Even though his business was a little bit, dealing with floods over there and everything, and he was closed down for weeks. He saw how bad it was in Southwest Florida. He goes, we don't have it as bad as we could. And he went down there and baked a whole bunch of pies for people there. So congrats, Alfredo.
Good work, buddy.
I think it's really cool that your name's Alfredo and you own a pizza joint, too. That's just a sidebar.
It'd be better if his last name was Pasta.
Yeah, or cheese.
Chicken.
Yeah.
First name Chicken, last name Alfredo.
Or Chicken Parm. No, so Alfredo, good job. Don't listen to Lynch. He's over here getting ready to, take away funds from the girl. Anyway.
Stop.
Oh, man. We have really cool footage. You'll just have to go to the Good News Network. Watch the incredible moment. A sea lion swam up to a snorkeling teenager and hugged him. Quote, unquote, it felt so euphoric. Then we have this one. 42% of couples have fallen back in love with a partner after going on vacation together. That's an ad.
I want to reemphasize, if you're new to this show, at this point on Fridays, we conclude the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly with Taco Bob, literally opening up something called Good News Network 2 seconds before we go on the air, and then just reading the headlines and trying to make sense of them.
Yeah.
Or read, in this case, the ads that pop up.
And everyone got right by me. For Halloween, if you want to go like crazy old school, you can rent the three-story Ghostbusters headquarters and even wear the suits.
How much does that cost?
I don't know, but the women did it and it didn't work out too well. Remember that?
Ghostbuster women.
Maybe that's why they're letting anybody do it now, because that movie bombed. This story, I want to end with that because it's cool. We'll go to this one. 275 rare parrots were saved from a hurricane at the Florida sanctuary. Somebody said, quote unquote, their family. I like the quotes and the unquotes if you haven't noticed. There's your honeymooner couple that saved all the babies. They're baby savers. And then we have a kind-hearted boy who used his birthday money. Little fella took his birthday money.
Kind-hearted.
To start a food bank in his garden shed. Out in the back shed, he started a food bank. That's cool, man. Motivation Nation for you, dude. And then we have this one. We're closing with a cute dog that walks around a golf course, right? He just cruises around. It's like a neighborhood golf course dog. And he's collected 6,000 lost golf balls. It shows him a cute little puppy running with a golf ball in his mouth. Guess what? They're donated to charities because that's what the Good News Network's all about. Good things, I think.
Thank you. You and your charity golf balls. Thank you. Thank you.
Lynch and Taco kick off your workday with a big-ass block of rock.
Every morning at 8 a.m. on